Okay.
Okay. Hello, my name is Eric Deloach. I'm a book author and I'm host of Black Authors and Others. On this show, Black Authors and Others, we interview Black authors and other authors here in the United States and abroad, and of all races. And also we interview others that are in the arts that are not, book authors. They could be film directors, screenwriters, on and on and on. Today we are fortunate to have a Black book author, U.S. Black book author. So with no further ado, I want to allow you to go ahead and introduce yourself to the public. Can you tell us your name and also your current book that's out?
Okay. My name is Felicia Diane Williams, and my book is called A Relationship with God. Just
Okay.
published. Yes.
Okay. So let me start off. Where were you born? And then the follow-up question, where did you grow up?
Okay. Well, I was born in Jefferson, Texas, but my mom lived in Carnett, Texas. Later moved to Dallas, Texas, and from Dallas, Texas to Denver, Colorado.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
this is this is interesting. I mean, that's great. I mean, you're from Texas, so I was in Houston, Texas for grad school.
Okay.
Yeah. So what just came to me. I guess briefly we can go to the Juneteenth. What do you? What? Okay. I know when I was out there some time back, 30 years ago, whatever, that it was being celebrated. I kind of understood it because I'm originally from Georgia. But can you explain to, I guess the United States and the world more about that holiday because it's significant and it will hit the history books at this point.
Okay, it was when the black people, the slaves became free. I believe it was like 1865, somewhere like that. I haven't
Okay.
really been deep off into it because I've been deep in this book, trying to.
Exactly, exactly.
Yes, and it was. I'm sure it was really nice, and I'm
Right,
so happy that they made it a holiday.
right,
But I'm disabled and I can't handle the heat a lot,
right.
so I get out there like I wanted to, you know. But it was a
Okay.
big celebration. We're very thankful for to make it a holiday.
Right. You because I remember it was being celebrated there. And
Always,
I got
yeah,
bits and pieces of it. I remember too, like sometimes going to the night spots and stuff. Another thing that was kind of unique to Texas also, when people had birthdays,
right,
you would pin a dollar on,
right. Oh,
and
you guys do that?
yeah. Do you do, do, do you know about
We
that?
we still do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful. Well, let me
Yeah.
ask you, let's go here. Because this may be somewhat kind of the thumbnail or whatever. How do you actually become a book author? As being a new book author, what would you tell the public? How does one go about actually making that dream become a reality?
Okay. One of my bucket lists was to write a book. I
Okay,
didn't know how to go about doing it, but I know I needed money to
okay,
get my book published. And I didn't
okay.
have money to do that. So I stopped,
Hmm.
start. Over a course of 5 years, this,
Okay,
this lady named Michelle, she works for Christian Faith Publishing.
okay.
The last 3 years, she's been staying in touch with me. She'll call, Felicia, you got that book ready for me? No, I haven't had time, or I'm not ready, or it was always something, or I don't have the money. She said, girl, I
Right,
don't want the money. You
right,
just get that manuscript ready, right?
right,
So things got better because I don't
right,
understand how authors have their own life going on and
right,
then take time out to write a book. Because I was like, I got to get into that character and get deep. So I was
right,
like, I'm like, how do they do that? How do they do all those things? But anyway,
right,
I'm blind, I'm learning, I'm still learning, but I got there.
right. Yeah,
So Michelle called me and
right.
she said, girl, you got that book ready now? I was like, I was like, yes, And
Yeah,
she said, wonderful, send it to us, right? So
right.
I'm gonna tell you right now, And Christian Faith Publishing, they must be a little bit different from other publishers, but
Okay.
they fit for me, you know.
Okay.
So she
Okay.
said, send your manuscript in, and I'll
Okay.
let you know something in 5 days, right?
Right.
In the 5 days, okay, she got it that Monday. Well, Christian Faith Publishing got it that Monday.
Yes.
And then Friday, when she said she was gonna call me Friday morning, she called me. I was sitting in the car, me and my little grandson.
Right.
So she said, hey girl. I said, hey. She said, Felicia, sometimes you have to just keep trying and you don't give up. You just may have to go back and start again, but don't give up, right?
Right.
Tears start rolling down my face because I put on book and I did a lot of crying, and then I was so dedicated. I get up 3, 4, 5 o'clock. I would write as much as I could write, and I quit. I was like, I'm gonna finish this book, right?
Yeah.
So after she told me that, I was like, oh man, I gotta start all back over. And then she blew a whistle and something. She said, congratulations, they're gonna publish your book. I was so happy.
Wow.
And then I wasn't expecting it to happen as fast as it did.
Right.
After I got off the phone with her, she sent me a contract, like all in 1 hour.
Wow.
Now I have been saying I don't have the money, right?
Right.
Now we finna talk about some money. You know?
All right.
Oh man. Well, my stimulus check, the first stimulus check, I used it to pay out my bills and get caught up, you know.
Absolutely.
And I had left, right?
Right.
And then when she was talking about the money, I was like, oh, please don't say over what I already got. You know?
Right.
And she didn't. It worked out perfect.
Great.
You just have to hang in there and don't quit. Just keep going, no matter what nobody say. And if you want to write a book, write it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
so
the Lord don't help you with it. So
there you go. You can't go wrong with the Lord.
He got you.
He's got you covered. Okay, now let me go here. Tell me about, like, of course I'm African American. There may be some other groups in the past, but African American on my father's side, African American on my mother's side, and I kind of remember my dad passed about 3 or 4 years ago, and but he had a saying that make sure that you kind of spotless and don't allow anybody to be able to say anything negative about you. Try to be a good example as much as you can. So that was his saying. Now my grandfather, his saying, and just add this and then we'll go to you. My grandfather would say, if you want to be a lawyer, doctor, or whatever you're going to be the best that you can be. And that was his saying. And I'm still working to live up to their standards and stuff that they're saying. Tell me about your roots in terms of, are you completely African American mother and father? Are you Caribbean as well? Are you African father, mother, something? Just kind of want to know that and how that went into creating this wonderful person as an author today.
Well, I'm African American.
Okay.
Forever, both parents.
Okay, great.
Yes.
And was there any, I always like to find out, and I think the audience always wants to hear this. Were there any interesting sayings that it could be your parents, your grandparents, or aunt or uncle, or somebody would say something and you're like, ooh, I don't like that, or I like that, or it was something, but it stuck with you, and then it also might influence your writing, you becoming an author as well?
Well, I practically raised myself, and my mom died when I was 8.
Okay.
But the time that she was here, she would always say, pray, pray, pray. In any situation, God will take you, right? So that's all I knew to do is pray. So everything I do, I pray. I'm thankful,
Right.
And, like, it's hard sometimes for some people to get where they trying to get to professionally or whatever it is. It's that you don't give up. You just keep going, Yeah, you can do it. It's not nothing.
Okay, we have to coin that statement, that saying, pray, pray, pray. You can't go wrong with that.
Right. That's my prayer. Like, I've been doing that all my life. So I don't know way. I just know God.
Great, great, great. Okay.
And okay,
No, go ahead.
okay. I
Continue.
was going to say,
Yeah.
in the process of writing my book,
Yes.
I have learned so much. Another thing
Well,
about
hold that thought. We're gonna get to that question. Let's go, and we're gonna get to that one.
okay.
That's the question coming up. But let's go here. Tell us about this wonderful book. Tell us. Don't give us everything, but
Okay.
just get kind of get us okay. Well, we got to go out there and get this book. Tell us a little bit of about the book, and tell us the title again, and definitely show us again. I want to see that. See that. I'm sure everybody wants to see the book again. Held up real quick.
I don't know if can you see it good now? Can you
I
see
can
that?
see it. I can see it. Yeah, go ahead.
You can see it good.
I can see it. I can see it pretty good. But tell us the title again, and then also tell us a little bit about the book and what it's about. Not everything, but kind of get us an idea and get us warmed up to go get that book.
Okay. The book is called A Relationship with God.
Okay.
It's about this little girl. She's 8 years old. Her name is Tammy.
Okay.
Tammy's mom passes away while she's 8. And
Right.
all Tammy knows is church and her mom loves her to death, you know.
Right.
And try not to give you too much. And Tammy's mom passed.
Okay.
So Tammy meets a new family.
Okay.
And they raise her. Tammy's so used to praying and thanking God and church. She goes to a family where they don't do all that. They don't pray. They don't go to church, and you know all that. And which was good that Tammy's mom taught her all that because she needed all that. Yes. And it's basically all the obstacles of what Tammy goes through in the book as a child, and she keeps her faith in God, and that keeps her strong through everything she goes through.
Okay. Well, tell me, because it's very interesting. So, did you wake up? Because I mean, I'm a songwriter as well, and so did you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and we're gonna have to talk about God here. We're gonna have to write a book about God. What made that book come? You know, sounds very interesting. And what made that book what made you to get motivated and do the book? Were you trying to inspire people? Is it semi your story? Tell us about what happened. What triggered that book?
Okay. All my life, you know, you come to me on any channel, you're always talking. It's always someone's been sexual abused. Or being just abused, beat or whatever. Kids growing up, and it's not. I learned later on it ain't just girls, it's boys too. It goes both ways, you know.
Right.
I wrote the book. My book has a powerful message. I wrote the book to help other people. When you go through sexual abuse, or you just go through some type of abuse, it has the tendency to consume you, and you don't think, well, I can be a lawyer, I can be a doctor, I can be all these things, but the only thing on your mind is what you went through.
Okay.
You know? Yeah, so you got to let it go.
Okay.
That was one of my reasons for writing the book.
Okay.
The good Lord, he's been so good to me. And I always say, I know it's something you want me to do. You done kept me around through car wrecks and everything I done went through. I know it's something you want me to do, right?
Right.
So be patient, and it's like you can't do it on your own. You have to wait till you say it's time, right?
Right.
I got up one morning and like, oh, it's time. It's time. Because I was like, I've never done this before. Where do I start?
Right.
Just a lot of questions, right?
Right.
I just writing, and when I started writing, it just seemed like it all just fell in place. You know.
Now, how did family members, friends, co-workers, did they think you were kind of oddball? Were you misunderstood? Some people supported you, and some people like, what are you doing? You know? Yes. You had a mixed bag of reaction.
Yes. Well, all my life, I've always had a relationship with God. I have a understanding now because I get in the Word.
Right. But
people make you feel some type of way. It's like you never fit in, or she's crazy. She's always talking about God. She's always praying. You know,
Right.
people look at you like you're crazy. My family called me,
Right.
you know.
Right.
But through it all, you know, I would keep it to myself. I'd be like, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus. But I keep it to myself. If I slip and say it around my family,
Right.
like, this girl done lost her mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And now, after this book,
Right.
I have a place now. Like I fit in now.
Right. You have a voice. A voice. A voice.
But I didn't feel like that at first.
But I said now you have a voice out to the world now.
Yes, yes.
All right.
And I'm doing it for God. You know, it's not my will, it's his will.
Okay. Okay.
To help. It's to help all these babies or whoever need help. I think if you read my book,
right,
you may be, it'll never go away what you go through.
Right.
But I feel it's gonna make you stronger. So you can be more encouragement and you can be your full person, who you supposed to be, you know.
Right. I love the energy. And I'm a Christian as well. I love the energy. We having church up in here.
You cannot go wrong.
That's right. That's right. So tell me, did any writers, book writers from the past inspire you? Were there any other people of the arts that inspired this inspired this creativity that you have? No, and we know God, but he's the author of our faith, the finisher of our faith. We know, you know, but human beings, were there any individuals, authors, or any other creative people that you admired and that kind of shook that writer's bug out in you and brought that voice out?
No, I don't. I'm a loner, so I don't talk to very many people. And by me I didn't even know who to contact about a book. And then when my story is so emotional,
right,
I don't know where to start the conversation, you know.
Right.
So I just kept it all to myself, and we'll just see what the finished product is, you know.
Well,
I was inspired by all the people that's hurt and what they've been through.
Right.
That's what inspired me to write it.
Okay. What come to me, this, for example, which might in the future may be an inspiration for you, is that I guess Frederick Douglass is a person that kind of inspires me. I think of James Baldwin as a writer. Huh? How
did that inspire you?
Well, I'm just saying these are great people in history. Frederick Douglass as a writer, and then we think about James Baldwin, who was kind of part of the civil rights movement, from the literary standpoint. And then when I think about women, that's very inspiring. And I think that kind of connects here with what you're doing is Maya Angelou.
Yes,
I know why the cage birds sing.
She, whenever I seen her, she just makes me stronger,
right.
Whenever you see her on TV.
Right.
Some of her soaked in me,
Right.
Yeah.
Her book her book covered a lot of issues that have dealt with Black women in America. Right. And so and she she's passed, gone on and gone to heaven, I'm sure, but she right. is. I saw her. I have a cousin that graduated from Spelman, and we went and she spoke at the graduation, and I think her big saying, right? Her big saying, and everybody's saying it now, if somebody show you who they are at first, believe it. Something to that effect. You heard that, right? Yes. Now you hear the greater media, MSNBC, white people, and everybody's coining that statement. And it's true, it's a true statement.
It sure is.
Yeah, so that's the power of her influence, on bigger culture and world culture. But let me go here back to that thing that you were about to say, and I said stop. Tell me, what is your process in terms of writing in general, and what is your what was your process for writing this book, your writing process?
You mean me getting up, writing all the time and writing as much as I can?
Well, I'm gonna start with this question, but okay, for example, with this particular question, it would be like one lady told me, you may want, I'm gonna send you her interview too. She's
Okay.
very great. Madam Crystal Butterfly. Woo, interesting person. Another African American, but she also has African roots. She's very exciting. She said that she would outline, you know, before you write, she would just kind of make outlines, and then she would go back and write. And she's like, I didn't like that, and then she'll go back and correct it. What was your process for writing? I mean, like that.
Well, I didn't have an outline. I've talked to people that, since I wrote my book, and they
Right.
said, "Why outline done?" But I never went through that. I just sat down and started writing.
It just came out.
It just right.
Right. And let's go. I guess this might have been the question that we were talking about. I mean, the thing that you were talking about before. What did writing this book, and what has writing done for you mentally, and just overall? What has it mean to you, and what has it done for your life, and what does it mean? You know, what's the importance to you of it? It's particularly this book.
Well, it brought me closer to God. I started reading the Bible and all that. And I don't want to say his name wrong. Creflo Dollars, Pastor Dollars.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
Pastor Dollars.
Okay. I've never been a person to go to church and all that. And then, people be saying stuff to you, and you can only agree with what they say if you ain't read the word yourself. So you gotta, okay. So what it did is it made me get in the word, start reading it. And it humbled me.
Okay.
It gave me so much peace. Writing this book is like, it just gave me a lot of peace. I'm just so humble.
Right.
And I want to help a lot of people. I have a better outlook on life. It seems like I'm stronger.
Okay.
Yes. And I just want to help. But I was going back, Pastor Dollars.
Yes.
He was like, okay, all my life, God been so good to me, but I didn't get in the word, didn't go to church. And so I was like, oh, well, this been working for me, so I'm gonna keep doing this, right?
Right.
So I'm watching him every day, and I'm writing, right?
Right.
One day I got up and he had the Bible in his hand.
Okay.
You need to get in the word. You need the word. You need to find out for yourself. And I was like, okay, still didn't make me want to read the Bible, right?
Right.
I got up. You need to get in the word. I started getting up faithfully to see him at 7:00. That's how much I was loving him, right?
Right.
Day 2, he's still saying, you need to get in the word, right?
Right.
So,
Right.
The first day I got up, cut the TV on at 7:00. The first thing he said, read your Bible, get in the word. I got up and went in the closet, got my Bible and everything, and I've been reading the Bible ever since then. I was like, okay, you got me.
That is.
I'm glad because it's everything they say it is. It is life,
Right. Let me tell you, kind of like when I finished undergrad, this is an interesting story. For like a year, substitute teach, really nothing was happening. You know what I mean? To coming out of school. So no, I think it may be coming out of grad school. Let me just tell you. So nothing was really happening, from school, from connected with school in terms of getting something in school. So for about 6 or 7 months, all I did was just watch, the different channels of sermon. I mean, the different to preach. Yeah. And that got me through. And then finally something cracked and I got, position, state auditor, stuff like that back then. But I'm just saying, I don't think I would have made it if I didn't really see Creflo Dollar, I didn't see TD Jakes, I didn't see Joyce Myers. If I didn't see all of these different pastors, and everybody would sometimes say the same thing, but in their own way, and it just propelled me through until the right moment came and things happened. So I definitely would recommend to anybody, and I think that's what you're doing as well. Read your Bible, definitely, and watch these pastors that you believe in, and let them inspire you.
Right.
inspire you, and life it would be you'll be so much more happier because what is it said as I'm paraphrasing, but as the more you hear the word, the more faith you get. Yeah,
And
I'm
you think
paraphrasing,
that
but huh?
you make better decisions, you think better, your thoughts are better, you know.
That that's true. That's true. That's true.
Mhm.
Now, with all this energy, you give me energy as well. what now? We know this is the first book. What are your plans in terms of future books? What do you want to write about? And I definitely recommend with all your energy and you, here I go use the word tenacity and just that that zeal, that excitement. What's the new what would be the new books that you'll be writing in the future, and what are your plans? And we definitely want to support and be right there with you.
Well, if it's God's will,
Yes.
I would like to write a book that would help people understand the Bible better or get them more motivated because it really is the
Yeah.
key. All my life, I didn't think like I think now. And if
Right.
you do it at a younger age,
Right.
everything you ask for, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get it, but you'll
Right.
be wiser, more wisdom, more knowledge. It's just
Right.
it's life, it's your life, you know.
Right.
Yeah. But I didn't know that all these years. I'm like, God's been so good to me. He ain't gonna
Right.
stop blessing me. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, I know
now,
what I'm saying.
once I got in that word, it was
Right.
a whole new ball game. I'm a new Felicia.
All right. All
That
right.
old
All right.
Felicia is gone.
All right. So what did tell us again what type of book you're thinking about that?
I'm kind of torn. I feel like I need to write some more spiritual,
Okay.
and I would like to write about. I've had a lot of miracles in my life, a lot of
Okay.
supernatural things that has happened to me. And if you say anything, oh, that girl done really lost her mind. She's saying, stuff like that done happened to her. Nobody would believe it. There's
Right.
a lot of people in this world, and
Right.
it's the same way I feel.
I agree
And
with you.
they're not crazy, you know.
No, they're not crazy. No, no.
And then I had to take myself away from
Hmm.
people that I'm staying in the same spot. I'm not progressing. I'm not getting the
Okay.
knowledge and wisdom. I had to, well, when you change and you start loving God, you ain't got to worry
Right.
about it. They all disappear on their own, you know?
Right. They can't, it's just something new about you, and they're not on the same page.
Right, right.
You know what I'm
And
saying? It just you're not talking about the old stuff anymore. You're
right,
moving forth, and it just kind of like I won't say you grow in different directions.
right. And I'm so excited and I feel good every day. I go to bed happy, wake up happy. And you want to
Yes,
be somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? That's
absolutely.
motivated and the word. Yeah, I lost all my friends behind this.
Wow, wow. Well, I think
So
that
it's okay.
it happens, but I think you'll meet some new people, and you're definitely going to connect with people with your book. I mean, this interview is amazing. It really is. And now here we go. And I'm still trying to get to that right question here on this. Maybe this is it. What has writing this book taught you in general and about yourself? What had writing this book taught you about yourself and overall?
It's taught me that I'm stronger than what I thought I was.
Right,
And it's taught me a lot. I'm just so much better. I'm just the
right,
book is like I guess that's where all this energy and everything is coming from. And
right,
like I said, it brought me closer to God. I
right,
understand. I didn't, that's it. I understand. That's one thing. That's the main thing it did that I understand the word. I can pick up the Bible, have
right,
no understanding. I can't read it. I don't
right,
understand. Right
right.
now, when I pick
Yeah,
up the Bible,
right,
I understand everything I read. So
right.
that was like the number one thing out of all of it.
Yeah, I think that you can read it when you're younger or different times, and
Uh-huh.
you'll get one meaning, but then you may read it again, and what will happen? you can pray for God for wisdom
Yeah.
and understanding, and he'll give it to you. And you'll see stuff. You're like, whoa, I didn't see that. I didn't. Oh, that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You get a deeper understanding, and it helps you.
Well, I was more like all my life, I want to do what I want to do. I'm
Okay.
me, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that may be why I couldn't get understanding because I
Right.
wanted to do what Felicia want to do.
Right. Right.
Then when I started doing God's will, I got
Okay.
understanding. I was like, thank you, Jesus. You know, I just wasn't thinking like that, you know?
Right. Right. Ooh, that book has got to be good. It's got to be. Now tell me this. Now with marketing, so it sounds like you're signed to a publishing deal. What has that experience? Because I'm kind of a self-publisher, and I'm very much pro self-publishing. What is your, tell me about your experience as being connected with a publisher, and what has it done for you, and what is it doing for you?
Well, Christian Faith Publishing is the company that published my book.
Right.
And they did wonderful. They gave me somebody that would lead me, guide
Right.
me the
Right.
whole entire way, answer a lot of questions, and sometimes probably a lot of dumb questions or whatever. But
Right.
he did. Michelle hooked me up with him, and he was
Right.
everything he said he was. You know, he
Right.
was very good publicist. You
Right.
know, yeah.
Right.
So I would like to be on my own and do my own, but I needed that guidance. You know what I'm saying? I didn't
Right.
know where to start. And so
Right.
I've been taught that now I can do this.
Right.
What
Right.
I need to do. You know?
Now did they two things? Did they give you an advance or something? And then also the other question would be, I guess maybe they have a good readership connection of people, readers. So maybe they were able to, email out to people, her book is coming out, and through their marketing system, were able to kind of get the word out that you have a book out. Well, how did it go with those two things?
Well, I'm not for sure if they got the word out, did the promoting and stuff, but they were
Right.
supposed to. But they're hooked up with a lot of retailers. I want to say like maybe about 40,000 retailers.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the ebook. So all I had to do was, sell the book. But they're selling the book and don't know anything about the book, and maybe not even sell it. It's left up to them whether they want to do it or not.
Right.
But I mostly have done it by myself, for as the promoting and all that.
Okay.
And 2020, the virus.
Right.
So I didn't do a whole lot of promoting, and then just
Okay.
yeah. But now I've learned more. So
Right.
yeah, I'm trying to do my thing.
Okay. I'm not gonna, in this particular interview, I'm not gonna go into traditional versus independent, because I want to, out of respect for your publishing company, but I will encourage you, when I send some of the other videos of other authors, that you watch those. I would recommend, and you would hear that conversation, because out of respect for your publisher. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You
Well,
what I'm
we
saying.
don't have any ties. We only think my contract will be up next year,
Right.
but really, I'm like on my own now, and
Right.
they just basically got the book ready for me.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I
just
would
watch.
like to be independent. Yes.
Yeah, watch those videos. I think they'll be very helpful. Now on your own, they're doing some stuff. Now, how are you getting the word out about the book yourself?
The internet and by mouth, talking, telling people about it.
Yeah.
Or maybe giving somebody some books and stuff so they can read it. And
Right.
everybody has read my book. I got a lot of good feedback.
Okay. Okay.
Not a real long book, so it's only 135 pages, so it doesn't take long to read it. And
Right.
most people that have read it, they said they read it in one setting and they read it twice.
Wow.
And they said, you want to, like they'll start reading one chapter and they're like, oh, I got to see what's happening in the next chapter and the next chapter. So
right.
My understanding, it's not easy to put it down.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yes.
are you have you had any type of two things? Have you had did any advertisement on Facebook with Facebook ads and I'm not gonna go too deep in this and
Yes.
and also let me finish this. I mean, I just want to add this other thing I think would be that
Okay.
I know is have you had any women groups or something like that or book clubs that would allow you to introduce your book as well?
Yes.
Okay,
Every group that I'm in, you
right.
know, yes, they let me run ads, they let me say stuff about my book, talk about my book. Everybody's been wonderful, you
Okay,
know.
great.
Mhm.
That is great.
And I know I have to be patient with this.
Right, right, right. So when did you finish the book up? Did you write it during the pandemic?
No, I wrote it before the pandemic, and
Okay,
I have osteoarthritis. So
okay,
sometimes my hands will work good and sometimes they won't, you know. And then
okay,
I didn't have a computer, I didn't have internet, I just had pen and paper.
right,
So I told Michelle, I said, well, I've been sick for a long time and
right,
I'm not all into the internet. I got to get back on my game. I got some learning to do, right? And I
right,
said, I can write it. She
right.
said, she said, you write it and I get it, it'll get typed up,
Okay,
And
okay,
and they did. They typed it up and it still took like about 6 or 7 months with the editing because I had to do
okay,
a lot of fixing.
okay.
It don't happen like you write it, bam, it's there. Like I said, like about 6 months. Basically, what they were doing is making this
Mhm.
book all me,
Okay,
where
okay,
the editing was me. And then
okay.
I got it down, and they was like, "Oh yeah, we're good to go now."
Wow. So you wrote it at first, and then they had the people to edit, but you still were involved with that process.
Yeah, I did like all the editing. They'll just like send me some suggestions, or they'll just keep
Right,
sending it back. So I know if something's wrong that I need to fix.
right, right,
I just kept going with it. It's not
right.
learn. It's not an easy process.
No, no, being a book author is something else.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Now, what do you think about auto books? Like the books where somebody's reading the book it's a recording of somebody reading your book. What do you think about auto books?
I've never listened to an audiobook, but I
Right,
understand you get the same feeling that you get when you got the book in your hand or
right,
yeah, I think holding a book and reading a book, I get more out of it. But I
right,
know
right,
change. People are not hardly doing that anymore. But I thought
right,
about an auto book. They said that's the new thing now.
right.
Yes.
I'm thinking for like
That would be
kids.
they don't mind. I didn't sign anything for that, so that auto will be on me.
Right, right. No, what I'm saying is, over time, maybe you may go back and do that. The reason I say that myself as well is that I think it's probably very good for kids if it's a book for kids or for older people, that's like in nursing homes or something. They may not can
Right.
concentrate to
Right.
read, but if
That's
they can kind of just hear something, a positive message, that's good for them.
fantastic. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I see that those would be the two groups that auto book would be good for.
Yes, it sure would. That's something to think about. I thought about it a while back, but maybe I need to think about it a little bit more, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And what do you think about the future? What do you see for the future of the book industry, book business, and what is your personal hopes in terms of what do you want to see happen in the book industry now that you are an accomplished book author? What do you see? Where's the industry going, and what do you personally, as a creative energy being, what hopes do you have for the industry to help book writers or
Yeah.
help readers? Yeah.
I would like maybe a really good publishing company or just even me if I had the right type of money to help other people that would like to publish their books and they
Right.
can't cost the money, or they need some guidance, or it's a number of things. And it's a lot of people probably have a book, a manuscript sitting around,
Right.
and a lot of people have got ripped off in the
Yeah,
industry. You know, I
that's
would like
true.
to have a company that
Right.
people will feel comfortable and safe, and when I know that I'm not going to get ripped off. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I would love to do that, because it's
Well,
a lot of people who like to, publish their books, and maybe we could do some kind of payment plan or whatever to get that book so you can, get it out there. Because I'm sure it's a lot of people's stories that can help people. But
right.
the position like me, you can't do it because you're not able to. But I've learned that, yeah, you can do it. We figure a plan out. You can do it.
Yeah. I think that maybe down the road you may offer that type of service. And I think there's something very magical and spiritual about your presence, as a Christian and as a book author. So I definitely see you as a public speaker, and also probably as normally just as a Christian, as a missionary. I see some other things I see
Really?
in you. Yeah, I see these things. Yes.
That's fantastic.
And what we here we go. That's interesting. I would say that. Now, what advice would you give? And I think your daughters was helping you get everything set up at first.
Yes. You
Yes.
knew that?
Okay. They didn't see that part. Okay. But let me go twofold, as I kind of always do. Number one, what do you have to say to young people and older people, whoever, for people that want to become a book author, that haven't made that leap, but that, what would you say to them?
Okay.
And okay, not number two, question number two is, do you see anyone in your family, your daughter, or son, mother, relatives, friends, co-workers, somebody that has the potential to follow in your footsteps and become a author, maybe?
I don't have any family members that I feel that would want to write a book, but I do have some friends that have wrote books or in the process, or they wrote a book and somebody ran off with their money.
Okay.
For the young generation, if they're not trying to write a book, but they have a parent or someone older in the family, and they're not all into the internet, I feel like you should take the time out and guide them and help them or whatever with the internet. So that way they can go ahead and put their story out there. Just give them a little start, like a little question. Well, can you set this up? Can you show me this or whatever?
Right.
Younger people should help help them. We need to be more helpful to each other, you know, be
Absolutely.
good to one another.
That's right. You're right. You're right.
Live
Um,
right. Live right. I have learned God wants us to live righteous.
that,
So I'm doing my everything because I love this feeling, and
right,
that's my goal.
right. I
Yes.
think this book has really, what I would say for you, I think it has really brought you out. That as with the book as a tool to really bring to that has brought you out. And number two about this book, I think what has happened too, it has what was the word? I would say that it has, let's say, qualified, or it has brought you to prominence to the point that people might have not understand under, not understand things but when they saw that you went to the links to write a book, then it has elevate your voice, and it's going to help a lot of people.
I feel like that. Like I said, my book have strong messages, you know,
Right,
and
right.
I feel like it's gonna, like you saying, it brought me out.
Yes,
I feel like it's gonna bring a whole lot of other people out.
I think so too. Yeah. Okay. And go through a few questions here. Oh, here we go. Now, and whoa, this is interesting. Should authors be free thinkers from other people, and also should, and we're talking about other people of the arts, should you being an author, should you inspire culture? Should you be a visionary? Should you help move society to greater mental levels and help people to push them, nudge them to achieve what they need to achieve? Do you feel like authors and creative individuals that are putting content out and things out, their role, one of their roles would be to motivate society and inspire culture?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
do you think we're supposed to inspire culture, make a
yes,
difference?
yes, yes. I feel like as authors, we can change a lot of things,
Okay,
We, like some people, some things are so hard that they
right,
can't talk about it,
right,
or they're just holding it and carrying it. I
right,
feel like we as authors, if
right,
they our books, or I feel like it'll just help you a lot, because you stay in a shell forever when you
right,
go through some terrible things in life as a
right.
child, even as an adult. You have to be a
That's
child,
true.
you know.
That's
And
true.
yes, we can help. We can, yes, read
Right.
more, But to answer your question, yes, 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 and yes.
Because I kind of see like for example with your book or whatever, that some people may be shy
Mhm,
and
mhm.
they don't want to come together, I guess, talk about certain issues or just want to be in public. But if they can get a book and take it home and kind of connect,
Right.
and
And
then
then,
that might be, let me just say this, and that might be enough for them. Now it may be others, they connect and then now they want to talk, and then you may have people that like to talk and oh yeah, let's talk about it. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to connect all personalities. It's going to connect to all personalities.
and then another thing is, when you're writing a book, like a serious emotional type book,
Right,
you're thinking, well, I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't
right,
want to hurt nobody in my family. So
right,
I'm just not going to write the book.
right,
Even though it's your pain or whatever
right,
you're going through, I'm not going to write the book because I don't want to hurt my mom. I don't want to hurt my sister or my brother, whatever you go through, right?
right.
The only way you're going to find out is you're going to have to go on and take that chance. And I feel like you really should. I feel
Right.
like that process will help you and make you even stronger.
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. Now let's go here. Now is what is okay, yeah. What is the connection of books with movies in your mind? And what role should that connection play for society? And all I'm just saying is that do you feel like it's important that certain books get a chance to be made into movies to carry it to carry it to the next level? Because some people may not read, but if they see the movie, they connect there. And then some of those people that see the movie may actually say, well, I want to go back and read the book. Do you think there's something special with that connection, film and
Yeah,
books?
yes, because it's just like what you just said. Some people connect better at a movie, seeing it. And that's even more that you can send the word out, bless more people, give people the opportunity that, well, I'm not the only one that's went through this. You know,
Right,
I went through the same thing.
right.
Yes, yes. Because everybody don't like to read. You go to the
That's
movie,
right. That's right.
and they see the movie, they're like,
I get it.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I get what she's saying. I catch it. Now, is it semi a true story, or is it a fiction story, or is it a completely true story? What would you classify your book as?
A little bit of both. When
Okay,
you read the book,
right.
you're not going to get fiction out of it.
Okay, okay,
So I say a little bit of both. It's a little
okay,
bit of both. More so nonfiction, but it's
okay,
fiction because the way I wrote it.
okay,
But
okay.
when you read it, it's gonna be hard for you to say. You're gonna be like, oh, that happened. You know,
Yeah. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna say, yeah, that happened. That
that
happened.
happened for real.
Yeah.
Nah, she ain't make that up. You know.
Yeah. That just the way she wrote
Yes.
that happened. Would you be interested in your book becoming becoming a film? Are you would you be interested in that to kind of carry it
Yes.
to that level?
Yes, most definitely, because I know I can get a lot more people. I know I can help a lot more people, with it on film. I know I
Right,
can, sometimes you read, you don't get the understanding.
right,
Everybody gets the same understanding.
right,
See it up on that screen or on TV or
right,
whatever. I'm, I'm a crybaby, when it come down to some movies that touch you.
right,
I feel like it's whether you see it on at the movies or you see the book, I feel like you're gonna feel it. My
right,
book, you're gonna feel it.
right. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it seemed like it could go there. It could go there. And let me go here with, I think we answered that question. Do you have other talents that are in the arts world? Are you a great singer? Are you
Oh,
are you a songwriter? Are you a great cook? Are you a great artist? Artwork. Are you may be writing a screenplay? I don't know. Tell us about the other talents that, because what I noticed with authors, you kind of just scratch the arm a little bit, and then more talents just pop out.
well,
we already know that you're a motivational speaker. We already know that. That's obvious. There's no question about that. You're just a natural. But tell me about the other talents in the arts that I think that, I mean, tell us if there are other talents that we be aware of.
well, this book is like my kind of coming out. I used to
Right.
have a lot of talents until I had like a really bad car wreck.
Okay.
Dancing, wasn't no singing, but
Right.
engineering, all different type good jobs.
Right.
And then when I had that accident, it was like I was like in this little shell, and
Right.
you can come out of everything. It taught me
Right.
that the doctor might say, "Well, she's not gonna live to see tomorrow,"
Right.
or "You're gonna be." I was told I was gonna be paralyzed for the rest of my life. I'm still disabled. I still have some things, but nothing like it was. I fought
Okay.
through it all. It can be changed. Whatever you're going through,
Right.
it will get better. You just got to believe and have faith. You know.
I
Yes.
think I think that should, it hits me that should be one of your books, talking about your maybe the accident or whatever, and yeah, and coming through that, and then
That's
this
it.
person turned around and wrote a book and got a publishing deal. That is an achievement. A lot of people give up.
Yes.
They just say, look, I don't want to be bothered. Y'all bring me the food, and don't bother me. Am I right?
You're right. You're right. And when I was writing my book, I
Right,
had a lot of pain. My hand hurted a lot, but I was
right,
like, "Well, Lord, I'm just gonna go through the pain because I'm gonna
right.
continue this." But
Yeah,
yeah, what you just said,
yeah.
that's my next book.
I feel like that was the devil.
That's why I got to get in the word and
I
I
think he was trying to.
get
He
on my
saw too.
game. Huh?
He saw too much passion, too much greatness, too much star, too much awesomeness, and he got jealous. The devil got jealous, but God said, no, that's my daughter, and we're gonna bring her too.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
That's right. That's right. And
Yeah.
let me ask you this. This is a kind of off question, but do becoming a book author, has that affect your fashions in terms of clothes? Have you said, well, look, I'm not dressing like them. I'm an author now, so I got to dress the way I want to dress. I got to make some noise.
No, I haven't. I used to love to dress and be cute all the
Right,
time.
right,
Getting into this book, I probably look like a hobo every time you see me. So
right,
now, after the book is done and everything, yeah, I'm feeling not as feeling myself far as want to make a statement, you
Right,
know, I just feel good.
right, right,
And I want to look good because I feel good. And
right, right.
I've been a hobo for a long time. It's kind of be cute.
Yeah, yeah. I just kind of feel that once you, with people, if they ever get a chance to experience it, you become a book author, you kind of just, your mind becomes a little bit freer and you kind of think more for yourself and you know what I'm saying? And you just become your own person. You're not so much, I just want to follow the crowd so much. You got a chance to think a little deeper. You know what I mean?
What you just said is that's me. That's
Right,
just said it. Yes.
right. And let me just throw this in. There's what's his name? Anthony Quinn. Here we go. Anthony Quinn. I don't know if you remember him. He was Irish and Mexican, and he was you know, a famous actor. Do you remember him, Anthony Quinn?
The name rings a bell. You know, I'm
Okay,
old.
okay, yeah. But what it is that he was talking about the difference between the UK and you know and Europeans and the United States. And what happened is, and it kind of relates. He said that when he was trained over there, they told him that the artist, that your job is to inspire even the man that's laying bricks to be happy and fulfill his purpose, and that that person of the art, you're supposed to inspire society and make them better. That's your purpose as a you know as a person of the arts. He said it was a little bit different in the United States, that it was kind of like that what house you have, you know, you know, what clothes you have, or now you're a celebrity. But he said that over there, they saw the artist, whatever form of art that you did, that you were doing, that you're supposed to inspire society for them to be the best version of themselves.
Right, right. And sometimes people get caught up into material things.
Right,
This just me talking.
right,
Life ain't about material things.
right.
I only get you one time, Rick. I only get you one time in your life. Once you're gone, you're gone. You
That's
can get
true.
another car, you can get another house, you can get another job. You can
Right,
do all that. But you can't get another, your mama, your daddy, or whoever. You only get them one time. You
right,
know,
right.
you treat people right. Be good to what you have. Be thankful. You know,
That's true.
and life is not hard. I
Right.
think we as humans make it hard because it's
That's
not hard.
true.
Mhm.
That's true. Let me get. I don't know who that is, but absolutely. And another thing about this guy, he was a great actor, but then sometimes he couldn't get roles, you know, because you know how actors sometimes you get roles, but then it turned out the guy was he could sculpture. He was a sculptor because
Oh,
you know,
really?
yeah.
Yeah.
So God just blessed him like that, and turn around. Guess what? Didn't have the
Well,
money. So what happened is the directors, the screenwriters, the other artists bought his stuff.
oh,
You know what I'm
really?
saying? You know what I'm saying? So God, you know, his
Yeah.
they knew him as the actor, but
Right.
because he had this other talent and he was in that world, then people he was able to do good by his other talent in the arts.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so just it's interesting how God would bless you there and there. You know what I mean?
So I know you're an author and you're a songwriter also.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah,
Songwriter.
yeah. Let's one day we're gonna see an interview with of me, but right now it's your time to shine. you
Well, thank
you are the diva here. You know, this is your show today.
I'm trying not to take over.
Black girl rock.
That's it. Yes, it is our time.
It is your.
I got my pearls on. Did you check that out?
All right. You ready to go? You
Yeah,
ready
you
to
check,
go?
check it out. I have to represent.
You got to represent. That's
Got
right.
to.
You just, yeah. You look like a distinguished author. I tell you. You walk in the room. That's an author right there. Now let me ask you this: what makes for a great uh uh product of art? And we're talking about either film, books, a piece of art. What are the elements? Now that you are a book author, a distinguished book author, what do you like to see? If you see a film, or you read a book, or you hear a song, or you see a painting, what will make that stand out for you? And you say, okay, they 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 did what they were supposed to do, or they headed in the right direction at least. What would you say?
Well, if you get a feeling, like if you see some artwork that really looks good, you're like, oh man, because you kind of get a feeling when something is right,
Okay.
whatever, but you get that feeling. And then in
Okay.
the movie, I love to see true movies, but
Right.
some movies are based on a true story just as good,
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yes. And I used to love like horror movies and stuff like that. And
Right.
my daughter, she was real young, and she came to me one day. She said, Mom, why you watch this kind of stuff all the time? And I was
Right.
like, I like this kind of stuff. She said, well, it puts you in a bad place. You need something to
Right.
make you bad. You need happy. And I changed. And she was right. I didn't realize that at the time.
Right.
You know, she was right.
Right. Now, after writing this book, what was okay? And I know sometimes before you write the book, you get a certain response. But after you wrote the book, did you see that did you feel that your daughter she was like, wow, mother did it? And some people that when you get good energy from people when they read the book and stuff like that, how does that make you feel? And when you get that positive feedback and everything, how does that make you feel?
It made me feel really good. But when some people read my book, you can
Right.
tell they went through something similar to my book.
Right.
I could just get that feeling because they really don't want to talk about it much. And
Right.
then most, far as women that
Right.
read my book, be like, I just want to hug you. I just
Right.
want to love you. And
Right.
it makes me feel good. I feel like I got my message across. And I even
Right.
get people call me sometimes and say, thank you. Thank you for
Right.
writing that. And that just makes me feel, it almost brings tears to my eyes that I helped her or him so
Right.
for them to tell me thank you. That really, it inspired me. That inspires me a lot. When people tell me thank you, we need more books like this, or some of the same things happened to me when I was younger. And
Right.
people don't tell their stories.
That's true. That's
And
true.
even kids, like even teenagers, if you I feel like teenagers should read it too. And if there's
Yes.
something going on,
Right.
they'll tell you.
Right.
I think after reading this, people
Right.
will get really brave.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. 'Cause we gotta stop all this.
Right. Right.
All this, what you're doing to the children.
Right.
Because more so my book is based on a child's mind. What
Okay.
she's thinking as an 8-year-old child.
Right.
She's 18, right?
Right.
And this is what she's thinking. A lot of people, like, you hear these stories like something happened to a 7 or 8-year-old, 9-year-old.
Right.
You don't know what that child is thinking.
Right.
And here I'm trying to tell you what I was thinking. Maybe they weren't thinking what I was thinking, because
Right.
I was taught to love God and to pray.
Right. Right.
But you want to catch all that while they're young, or
That's true.
you don't want them to be like they're scared to tell you that. If they're doing that, then they're not being all they can be, because they can't get rid of that. You get rid of that, when my mama love me or whoever, they're my soldier. They're gonna help me through this. We're not gonna ignore this. We're
That's
gonna
true.
do this.
We're gonna deal with this. We're gonna solve this. That's true. That's it. Now tell me, to a few more questions. What was what did you feel about yourself in 3 areas? Before you wrote the book, in the process, while you were writing the book, and once you actually finished the book. what were the different feelings in those 3 different stages dealing with the book?
Okay, the first stage, I think I was just so emotional. I would cry all the time because the stuff that was going on in the book.
Right.
So, but I got to keep pushing through, you know.
Right.
It seemed like that was one of the hardest things I ever did in my life. But I
Right.
knew that I couldn't stop because I got to help somebody, you know.
Right.
And the middle part is, I was like, oh man, this is a lot harder than I thought, because now you're having to edit, you're having to do this, you're having to do that. So the middle part was, oh man, I thought I could just write the book and that's it. And you fix it, you publish it. And
right.
no, it's not like that, you know?
Right.
So the middle part, it was another journey. This entire book has been a journey.
Right.
And then the last part of it,
right,
I got my message across in my book.
Right.
That was one of the main things, to get that message, you know.
Do you feel like it was a birth of a child? Was it a birth of a child?
Was my book a birth of a child?
Yeah. The book is like one of your babies.
Huh?
It became one of your babies.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you're right. Yes, yeah. It is my baby. It's like, you know, you meet people all the time, young people. I don't know, young people are like drawn to me, and they're just telling me, you know, whatever they're going through.
Right.
Some of them, I don't know, I guess it's just coming out of me. I talk about God all the time. And I know this young lady, she came up to me, I was walking, and she was like, and I'm trying to, I don't know if I'm preaching or I'm just trying to, she's having problems, and I'm telling her, baby, pray and believe and all this stuff. And then she said, you know, I'm not like you. I said, what you mean not like me? She said, because I was saying something about her babies and they're more important, and you know, and she says, no, I want me a new car, I want me a new house. That's where we're different. You're not worried about that. That's what I want. I had to leave the conversation alone because if she was stuck on that.
Right.
If you get off of that,
and
get into your family or yourself or whatever, all these things you want, they gonna come.
That's true.
Know? But you got your mind on the wrong thing, you know?
That's true.
Like, God ain't never gave me nothing.
Right.
You know, you can get it. You can work and get it. She's like, no, I'm just different from you. And I'm saying to myself, you are so right.
You're absolutely right.
I pray for her.
That's the best thing. I think the takeaway is pray.
It is. Power in prayer.
Yeah, pray. So we're gonna. So let me go here. Tell us. Hold the book up again, if you will. Tell us the title, and if there's any last thoughts you want to share with the public about the book, definitely feel free to do that.
Okay. This is my book again, Relationship with God by Felicia Diane Williams. I'm a country girl, so if my accent sounds like that, I'm real country. Well, I would like everyone to get this book, at least keep it in the house or whatever, because it's power in this book. It's a lot of praying going on. And in this book, the prayer is the answer for everything. And a lot of people don't get that understanding on prayer, because they're like, okay, you're doing all that praying in the book, and it doesn't seem like things are getting better for you, you know?
Right.
But it does. It gives me, it gave Tammy comfort to keep on, even though so many times she wanted to give up, you know?
Right.
Good Lord was like, she didn't even know the good Lord had her like she thought. Like, you know, she prayed, but she really didn't realize God got me the whole time. He had me the whole time. But she didn't ever stop praying, no matter what.
Right.
Do it, you know?
Right.
Something you want to do it, you know?
That's right. That's right. So I see the last thing I'm gonna say here, basically. Yeah, we could talk for hours, look like. but I see something on the counseling side for the younger people, and maybe even for the older people too, if they need somebody to get them an injection of God. you know,
Yeah,
and bring them back from the Walking Dead, and try to live life. Don't get caught up so much on material things. If it's for you, God will provide it. But try to just keep your mind right, live right, and enjoy your life while God has you here.
right. And that's exactly what he wants, you know?
That's
Yeah,
right.
most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I was
go
going to
ahead. Go
say
ahead.
something, but I forgot. You doing a good
Go.
job.
You go ahead. Whatever. Take. Go ahead. Anything that you.
No, no, you're doing such a good job. So
Thank
into
you.
what you said, I lost my thought what I was going to say.
Okay. Well, te- maybe you catch
Maybe
it.
it'll come back in a minute. Let me give it a few
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah.
You
Let's
keep
give it a second. But while you're doing that, tell us where we can purchase the book. Tell us where we can find you on the internet, and if somebody want to record, I think after this video and different things, they will become fans. Where can they reach you? You know, if they want to just say hello, or a positive comments like I really admire you, and I'm gonna get the book, or what. How can they find the book, and how can they find you on the internet to just say hello, at least if they want to?
Facebook as Felicia Williams. I have a
Okay.
I have an Arthur page, Felicia Diane.
Okay.
You can
Okay.
contact me in Messenger. My book
Okay.
being sold, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, any
Okay.
bookstore can get it for you because they can order it.
Okay.
A lot of libraries have it, you know.
Okay. Okay.
Ebook, I have the ebook also.
Okay.
Yeah, you can if you Google me, Google
Right.
Felicia Diane Williams.
Right. Right. Right.
It'll tell you, where you can get the book at. It'll tell you about me, about the book.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Just Google me. I never thought I would say that. Google me.
Now, did that thought come back to you? Or we can just wait a second.
No, I'm too happy, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think it was kind of good what I was going to say, but let me see. I don't know. It'll come back. I may not still be here seeing you, but it'll come back. I was like,
Okay.
dang.
Well, you'll be back for the next book and stuff like that. We'll come back for the next interview for the next book.
Right,
When book number two. Hey,
right,
we'll
right, right.
right.
And you
Book
hit it on
number
the head
book,
and how you knew what I was going to write about.
huh?
You hit it right on the head. It's
Okay.
amazing because everybody's like, "What are you going to write about?" I said, "Well, I'm a Christian author, but I want to
Right.
write about just what you said." You know.
Great, great. I think people love stories like that, and success stories, and you finally achieve, and then all of a sudden people I didn't quite understand. Some people get it, but then you have some people, once they see success or see something happen, then it's like, now I get it. You know what I'm saying? They kind of slower than other people with trying to understand somebody that has that God is using.
Right. Right. Yeah, people will after this helps a lot because more people, I think that I'm saying people that I know,
Right,
they'll understand me better now.
right.
I'm hoping so anyway, but yes.
Definitely, definitely. Well,
Thank
I'm going to wish you tremendous success. I'm
you.
going to encourage everybody who watched this video to go out and purchase this book
Thank you.
and
The book
follow
is
her.
$14.95 if they want to know how much
What's in
it
that?
costs.
Okay,
And then
14.
the ebook is probably less than $10.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
if you can go out and purchase the book, it definitely sounds like a masterpiece. Um, Follow her, and if you have comments, give positive comeback comments, and then we're definitely looking forward to also her future books that are come out, and we're very proud of her, what she's doing,
Thank
and
you.
hopefully she will inspire a whole nother generation and even older people that want to write a book. I'm sure she's an inspiration.
Yes. Yes. Follow your dream.
That's it. So I'm going to end it here. I'm going to say, if you don't write a book, read a book. If you get the, get into it, write a book. but either way, you're going to be a better person. I hope that she's inspired you, and let's keep reading and becoming, you know, and follow our dreams. And thank God for a great interview. It was very inspiring. And we will see you next time.
Okay, thank you for everything. You know.
Yeah, you don't leave. I'm going to end here, but because I want to make sure that you will email over all of your links. So when I put it up, I want to put all your links so that they can contact you and get the book and things like that. So, but to the public, I'm sure that you were mind blown as I was, and watch this video over and over again and get her book.
Fantastic, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
You have a great evening.
That's right.